Oh, 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 oh. Oh, God, this trudging up hills is playing havoc with my old bones.
Oh, well, don't tire yourself out, darling. We all want to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for our big day. Come on, let's call it a night, huh?
So, we'll finally be going up to Yggdrasil tomorrow. I can't help feeling a little nervous. Serena, why don't you play that song? You know, the one you always used to play when we were children.
Yggdrasil looks so magical at night. It's strange to think that each of our lives is a leaf on one of those branches.
Yeah. And it's really like the old man said. There's some kind of heart in there that all life comes from.
Yes, when someone dies, their leaf withers and falls, and their soul returns to the heart. When someone is born, a new bud blooms on one of the branches.
I suppose it won't be long now until we finally face Mordegon. Do you think if we can beat him, my father will go back to how he once was?
No.
Oh. You play an instrument too, Veronica?
Huh? No. The High Priest gave it to me. He said it would help us. It belonged to our ancestor, Serenica. She left it behind in Arboria, apparently.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm pooped. What do you say we all get some beauty sleep?
Veronica? Huh? We were born at the same time, so our leaves bloomed at the same time, didn't they? Do you think they'll fall at the same time too?
I don't know. You've always been a bit slow, to be honest. But I hope they do.
Alright, let me replay that segment so that they're not wearing their school uniforms during the cutscene. While I was cool with the costume change for Eric and the hero, I think having the three girls in the school uniform doesn't make for the best cutscene presentation. Incredible! You have planted a crossbow bolt square in the center of every last target I hit throughout the world. You really are the expert marksman I always suspected you to be. Seeing such devotion to the art of archery makes the weeks I spent preparing this most testing of trials more than worth it. Please, you must accept this in recognition of your incredible achievement. A happy hat. Come on! I have like 30 of them in my inventory. Well, it seems you finally understand the depth of an archer's love for his crossbow. I have nothing more to teach you. Crossbow Colossus, awarded for hitting each and every bullseye in all of Erdrea. Okay, well, thank you. Do you have anything else to say? Be you man or monster, it makes no difference. Anyone who loves his crossbow is a friend of mine. All of my apprentices throughout Erdrea were once wild and savage monsters. Their love for archery softened their souls, and made them into the kind-hearted evangelists of sharpshooting they are today. But my work is not yet done. I will not rest until our message of love and marksmanship has spread to every corner of the world. Alright, what else we got? I knew I had to have passed the red kale somewhere, so I went around and looked as I was replaying this segment for the cutscene and found out where it was. And it was where I suspected it would be, because there was no treasure over there. No sparkly spots, it was just a dead end, all on its own, which generally isn't a thing in these kind of games. It's right here. You found a leaf of red kale. Return to Arboria and give it to the fitness fanatic near the cathedral. Take a look at these important items. So we got the red kale. Tran takes the red kale in his hands and sniffs it cautiously. He feels his nose clear instantly as the sharp odor fills it. Seeds that might one day grow into a wondrous, wish-granting flower. Tran thinks about planting the Erdrea seeds in the ground under his feet, but he's really not convinced they'll grow here, so he decides against it in the end. I had imagined the Luminary to be some manner of grizzled warrior, but you are simply adorable. Why, if I was 10 years younger, I would gobble you up. Welcome to Arboria, the sacred sanctuary beneath Yggdrasil's all-embracing bells. We keepers have dwelt here for many generations, watching over the world tree and keeping the legend of the Luminary alive. I am sure everyone will be delighted to meet you. Did you find the Erdrea seeds I asked you to look for? Nope. That's alright. I'll just wait here until you find some. Yes. Tran hands over the Erdrea seeds. Hooray! You kept your promise. Thank you so much. My grandfather told me that the bigger the wish that you ask of the seeds, the prettier the flowers will be when they finally bloom. I wonder if my Erdreas will be pretty. Actually, I don't have to wonder. I just have to wish and wait, and someday soon I'll see for myself. Thanks to you, I can dream of the future again. Here, I want you to have this. Tran receives the healer. You gave the Erdrea seeds to the little girl in the grove for repose, who's certain that her sickness will be cured as soon as one of them grows into a flower. Come on, come on! My cough seems to be getting worse, but don't worry about me. When my Erdreas bloom, I'll be back to my old self again. I can't wait to see them. I wish they would hurry up. When they do finally appear, you'll come back to have a look too, won't you? I mean, yeah, I'll come back and have a look. Just don't know if you'll be alive when that happens. I feel like most of the time in this kind of situation, she would be long gone. Hey, there's a treasure chest. My boy, you have returned. Tell me, did you find the red kale? Nope. Forgive me, but I would be most grateful if you could find it sooner rather than later. This anxious anticipation not good for my health-loving heart. Yeah. Tran hands over the red kale. This is it! The vital ingredient. I have merely to add it to my super soup, and the recipe will last be complete. I will prepare it immediately. Go. That is disgusting. I have never tasted anything quite so foul in all my life. But wait, I can feel it. It is working. Ho ho! I am bursting with energy. It is as if the life force of the first forest, no, of the world tree herself, is surging through my every sinew. You are a true servant of salubrity, my young friend. Take this. I bring you happiness, but more importantly, health. Tran receives a butterfly baton. You handed over the red kale to the old man in Arboria. While he was glad he could make his super soup at last, something told you his pursuit of perfect health wasn't going to stop there. Well met, my young friend. The super soup you aided me in perfecting has ushered me to a plane of wellness beyond my wildest dreams. But my journey is not over yet. I must put my newfound fitness to good use in the pursuit of an even more vigorous vitality. Ho 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 ho. What luck? Try and find the nerve to say that. I'm just gonna steal that from this church. I mean, for all I know, that could be Serenica's ashes.
My.
What's the matter, laddie? Did you forget something back in Arboria? Well, as soon as you're done doing whatever you need to do, let's head back to the first forest. Mustn't keep the world tree waiting now.
Hey, honey.
We were only a teensy-weensy way away from touching the world tree's heart, and now we're all the way back here. What's the matter, honey? Stage fright before the big show? Don't you worry about it, darling. It happens to the best of us. Take all the time you need to get ready for your command performance. There's some kind of heart inside that tree. The source of all life. Man, I can't even imagine what it might look like. But I sure can't wait to find out. Come on, Tran, let's head up.
Did you want to talk to me?
The first forest is an awfully higgledy-piggledy place. I doubt I'd ever be able to make it out of there on my own. I'd spend the rest of my days running around in circles.
I've been thinking.
Serena and I have a divine duty to usher you safely into Yggdrasil's arms, but once we've done that, you're on your own. Only kidding, you won't get rid of us that easily. We're sticking with you whether you like it or not. I heard Veronica and Serena chatting away in the night when we camped up here. Those two are really very close, aren't they? It's been their sacred duty to protect the Luminary since the day they were born. I can't imagine what it must be like to grow up with such a weighty burden on your shoulders.
Now then, laddie. Ha!
How wonderful!
In the theater of life, there are no rehearsals. The stage is set in Yggdrasil's bowels. And it's time to make your grand entrance. Just be careful not to fluff your lines, eh?
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry, Tran. You must think me an awful dimwit staring into space like that. It's just, to be finally going up to Yggdrasil, it's a lot to take in. It seems like a lifetime ago that Veronica and I first met you. Everything that happened before that day, and all our adventures since, it's all been leading up to this one special moment. And everybody else just repeats their lines. On their quest to seek out the 6 enchanted orbs that will open the path to Yggdrasil, the party arrive in Arboria. There, High Priest Benedictus welcomes them and tells them a tale of the Luminary, the World Tree, and the events of ancient times. He explains that Yggdrasil is the root of all life in Erdrea, and that she chooses to bring forth the Luminary whensoever her realm approaches a time of great peril or disaster. The friends set out for the first forest, where they stop to rest and steel their resolve, swearing together to defeat the darkness no matter what may come.
Well, there's no mistaking it. This is the altar.
Aye, you're not wrong there. Go on, laddie. Get the orbs out. Let's see what happens, shall we?
A bridge made of rainbows. It's beautiful.
looks like it's finally time for our date with Destiny. Come on, we'd better not keep Yggdrasil waiting.
The World Tree. Finally, they reach the altar so readily recognizable from the vision the Rainbough showed them, and place all 6 orbs upon it. A path of glimmering rainbow-colored light unfurls before them, and the way to the World Tree is open at last. Now, all that remains is to head for the Heart of Yggdrasil and acquire the means to overcome Mordegon. We're so close now. It won't be long before we have the power to defeat the darkness. Just you wait, Mordegon. You'll pay for what you did to Dungerso. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Speaking of which, we are rather a long way from the ground, aren't we? To tell the truth, I'm not especially fond of heights. Don't let me fall, will you, Tran? Almighty Yggdrasil, source of all life. I can't tell you how many times I've heard those words, but at long last I'm going to see her for myself. Oh, and by the way, every one of these leaves is a person's life, so don't you even think about picking one off.
Oh.
My, what a magical place this is. It must have been just the same when Erdwin visited all those years ago. Just imagine how many leaves must have grown on these branches and fallen to the floor since that day. It really makes you think, doesn't it? There's some kind of heart inside the tree, the source of all life. Man, I can't even imagine what it might look like. But I sure can't wait to find out. Come on, Tran, let's head on up.
Fabulous!
Quick word of advice, darling. When you take center stage, make sure you puff out your chest and strike a powerful pose. After all, you're the star of the show here. It's time for the Luminary to shine.
Oh, aye!
Each and every life on the world tree's boughs represent a person's life, eh? I wonder which one's mine. Let me know if you see one with a mustache. I'm surprised it actually let me zoom away.
Oh, aye!
I had wondered how we were ever going to make it up to Yggdrasil, but I must admit, climbing through the skies on a road made of rainbows never crossed my mind. Come on, laddie, let's go. There's a weapon waiting for you up there that'll cut down the darkness once and for all.
Fabulous!
I don't get it.
Oh, dear. Hey, listen!
Can I go back via the altar? I mean, I know I could just zoom, but... No. Yes. You might be able to use this wall to get back down to the first forest. Do you want to climb down it? Not yet. There wasn't a separate sector of the first forest, so I assume it won't drop me anywhere I haven't been before. So there's no need to do it yet. The leaf just fell, I saw it.
So this is the Heart of Yggdrasil. It's bigger than I thought it would be.
It's smaller than I thought it would be.
It's the source of all life. It's not exactly going to be small now, is it?
It's so fascinating. I'm sort of scared, but I want to touch it.
Ow! Well, that's not very nice. The naughty thing gave me a shock.
Aye, and so it should. I doubt the World Tree would let any but the one who bears her mark near her holiest of holies. After all, only he can wield the weapon destined to dispel the darkness. The Sword of Light. Now, laddie, It's time to reach into the heart of Yggdrasil and claim your birthright. Only you can do it. Only you can save our world.
So, dispel the invisibility sphere on this sword, just so I can lose it to Mordegon, I assume. There's no way he could have gotten up here. That bridge disappears, obviously, when I climb up it.
Damn you, Jasper! How did you find us?
Find you? Did you witless vermin not realize I was following you all along?
What was that?
Now, princess, such boorish behavior hardly befits one of your station. Do you not see that you are utterly powerless to stop me?
Can't move.
Now, tremble before me. Tremble with gratitude. Your sacrifice shall pave the way for my ascent to glory. Come, Luminary, all of you, on your feet. The tree of life shall be your place of death.
Please. You're not even worth manual combat. Miss until the dark barrier is broken. No attack can get through. Miss, the ominous aura surrounding Jasper protects him. Jasper flashes a frosty smile. Darkness explodes forth from Jasper's orb. Jasper unleashes the full force of his magic, letting loose the power of pure darkness.
I can't get through that aura. What is it?
It's a power, the like of which we've never seen. Could he be... Surely not.
Hendrik, where are you, man?
So this is the Heart of Yggdrasil. Whosoever controls it, controls the world. Or so they say.
Not one step further, Jasper.
He's been following you all along, or did you not realize? You're a trusting fool for bringing the king.
Now you see it with your own eyes, sire. He is no longer himself. The darkness has him entirely in its thrall. How long he has deceived us, I do not know, but deceive us he has. Jasper is a traitor to Heliodor and to the world. Confess, scoundrel! Just how cheaply did you sell your soul? On second thought, spare me your wretched excuses. In the name and presence of His Majesty, I pronounce you guilty. Prepare to face your punishment.
You have served me well, Hendrik.
Your Majesty, what is the meaning of this?
My dear Jasper, it seems you have snared us a luminary. Very impressive.
It is an honor to serve you, as always. Lord Mordegon.
So that was it. The king was... He was Mordegon all along.
Duh.
Now, Luminary, you are in my power. And soon, your power will belong to me. This is the power of the Luminary. The key that unlocks Yggdrasil's heart. And this blade is the fabled Sword of Light. Not very fitting for the Lord of Shadows.
The Sword of Light! What has he done?
Almighty Yggdrasil, source of all life, yield your power to me!
Oh, wow. I kind of figured out what happened when Jasper showed up, but hopefully that doesn't mean everyone is dead.
No! This can't be happening! If Yggdrasil falls, the world will...
Achievement unlocked, the World Tree. Record your activities in the adventure log? Sure. We'll put this as number 7. So this is when I started the game before... I shouldn't really need that anymore. This is before I went to gambling, and this was before I did the last orb. So we won't save it on 7. Adventure log recorded. The power of the 6 orbs has brought forth the Rainbow Bridge, by which the party can at last reach mighty Yggdrasil. They cross it, and make their way to the World Tree's heart, where the Sword of Light awaits them. But just as Tran reaches for this wondrous weapon, Jasper appears, wreathed in an ominous aura. The friends do what they can to defeat him, but are unable to prevail. Just as Jasper reaches out to claim the sword for himself, King Carnelian and Hendrik appear. Hendrik soon sees that his old comrade has sold his soul to the darkness. But as he steps forth to stop him, he's struck from behind by a bolt of black magic. A bolt fired by none other than King Carnelian himself. And with that, the truth is revealed. The king has been possessed all along by the malevolent mage Mordegon. He plucks the power of the Luminary from Tran and uses it to claim the Sword of Light for himself. It soon mutates into a newer and much nastier form, that of the Sword of Shadows. And Mordegon is reborn as its master, the Dread Lord of Shadows.
What's the matter, dearie? Can't you sleep?
No, Mum.
You're still upset about your little fight with Gemma, eh?
She started it. She hit me for no reason. All I did was draw eyebrows on Sandy. Oi, don't laugh. Look at this great big lunch she's given me.
I see it. And I saw the one on her head, too. You gave her that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now you listen to me, my lad. There'll be plenty of times in your life when people upset you and you feel like lashing out. But no matter how much it hurts, and no matter how much you want to hurt them back, you don't go looking for revenge. You do what's right.
I want to be friends with Gemma again, Mum. What should I do?
Why, you talk to her, of course, you big silly. Ask her what she was feeling and why she did what she did. Try to see things from her point of view. Once you've done that, the rest is easy. You just smile and hold out your hand. That's my boy. Now, time for bed.
Night-night, Mum.
Night-night, son. Don't you worry about a thing now. It'll all be all right in the morning.
You wearing your shoes to bed? Good night. Sleep tight, child of Yggdrasil. The sun, it is sleeping, and the night is still. The stars, they watch over you with twinkling eyes, to ward off the darkness till dawn arrives.
Have you found him yet?
Not yet, Master. Our forces have scoured the 4 corners of the world, but the Luminary is nowhere to be found.
He is dead, then. Good. If that is the case, then this world is mine.
Will I be able to speak to the Shark Keeper now? Tran has lost the power of the Luminary. Nautica. Tran can't use that command right now.
Oh, you're awake! You're alert! You're alive! Your breath was getting shorter, you couldn't breathe the water, but look at you now! It's an unequivocal miracle! Queen Marina!
It's wonderful to see that you've awoken finally. You've been sleeping ever since you fell into the sea. We're safe down here, but awful things are happening ashore. Speak to Queen Marina if you wish to find out more. Her Majesty awaits you in her palace to the north. If you're feeling fit enough, I'd urge you to go forth. Huh. Gotta finish exploring down there first. This treasure's mine! Fins off! I hear the sea, she speaks to me. I hear the ocean whispering, her voice is filled with fear. She tells me that a beast of boundless animus draws near. I've never known the ocean to speak anything but sooth. The storm will soon consume us all, this is the honest truth. Yeah, I apologize for the music doing these weird things.
So I hear that you're the Luminary, that you've come down to us from the world above. But how can that be true when you're a fish? Somebody must be trying to wind me up. This is the courtship. Whenever discord or disorder of any degree occur beneath the sea, this is where the truth of the matter is judged. There is an important case currently underway. If you're only here angling for some juicy gossip, I'd advise you to withdraw.
Hey, it's faster than normally, because I didn't have to stoop down. Careful of this stream, it's stronger than it seems. I am a hatchling lawyer. Until now, my only cases have been minor misdemeanors, drunken dabs, chase swimming places. But now I find myself entangled in the prosecution of one accused of infringing our kingdom's constitution. I was only after a no-quibble nibble. It all happened a few months ago. I'd been living on nothing but seaweed for weeks when that delicious-looking fish swam by. My greed exceeded my need, and I did my misdeed. He just looked so lovely and lively. Before I knew it, I jumped in and was nibbling on his fresh, fishy fins. I didn't mean to be unkind, but in hindsight, I should have asked him if he minded. Now I'm in a bind. I might get fined, or even confined. To free or imprison is a difficult decision. As justice of the courtship, I must judge each case before me. Some drip with deepest intrigue, while some others frankly bore me. Today's defendant is accused of breaking from tradition, and feasting on a fish without first asking its permission.
Silence on deck.
Holy mackerel, it really hurt. Bless my soul, you won't believe this. I was on my usual morning swim about the place when that merman swam up from out of nowhere and tried to take a bite out of me. I was dumbfoundered. I mean, I wouldn't have minded if he'd just asked me first, but preying on people without their permission is a whole different kettle of fish. Ooh, it's just enough to make you green about the gills. You agree, don't you? You can't just grab a passing guppy and start eating them. You've got to give them a chance to swim away first, right? Sure. Exactly. I knew a fellow fish would understand the scale of this affront to deep-sea decency. Nah. You mean you're on the merman side? You think he had a case for a dismissal? What kind of fish are you? A blockhead on the dock is my own dear brother. The fool tried to feast on a fish without asking first. Still, he stopped as soon as he saw he was in the wrong. And us fish folk gobble up guppies and snack on snappers all the time. I only hope the judge sees it the same way. There's more to Nautica than meets the eye. Why, we have a court, a watering hole, a magnificent museum, and I'm sure there's more I've missed off the list. But if there's one must-see sight, it's the pearly palace of the peaceful Queen Marina. There's nowhere seener. Her Majesty insisted that we nurse you back to health. To tell the truth, I thought it was a hopeless task myself. But still, she made us sing our songs of healing night and day. If not for her, your waning life might well have ebbed away. Welcome to the seabed realm of Nautica, my friend. How wonderful to see you well. I'm glad you're on the mend. No doubt you're keen to head ashore, but I'm afraid to say, now that you're in that fishy form, I think you'll have to stay. But once Her Majesty has heard the news of your awaking, I'm sure she'll let you know the steps that you need to be taking. Wait, can I go this way? No. It won't let me bite it. I wish I could fish every day till I die. I saw the entrance on the other side. I just want to check around the back first. See? Rewarded for my efforts. I once got caught by a fisherman, but I managed to escape. Ever since then, my fear of leaving the city has been off the scale. One minute I was nibbling on a tasty worm, nothing fishy about it. The next I was being dragged up to the surface on the end of a hook. But, bless my soul, nothing prepared me for what I saw when I got to the top. The big, hungry face of a human. Just thinking about it sends a chill down my spine even now. Mini medal. Her Majesty's a splendid ruler, everyone concurs. There's not a Nautican who doesn't think the world of her. She's beautiful to boot. You've seen her stately snow-white tail, and golden hair as shiny as a suit of polished mail. Her gentle eyes transfix you with their striking regal gaze. If you can name a fairer queen than her, I'd be amazed. All fishfolk are our friends, even if they are our food. To eat them is permitted only if one is not rude. So said the very first queen of Nautica. But the law works both ways. If somebody's rude to you, they're yours for the eating. Whenever a fight breaks out here in the bar, I lose a customer. Only kidding. Are you? I don't know.
I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I'm sick of being a street light. I'm gonna tell the boss he can take his job and stuff it. It's rubbish being cooped up in a tiny cage all day, and nobody ever stops to say thank you.
Speaking of which, you're a splendid specimen yourself. Those fine fins, those bright blue scales. Mind if I have a taste of your tail? Yes, I do mind. A loud clanging sound has recently been resounding through town, as if a brutish beast were dealing peeling punches upon a glass ceiling. I'm sure every Nautican must feel fearful when they hear it, but whenever I ask, they take me to task and call me a cowardly cur. Come back to him later and see what he had to say, before I ended up talking to him. Not sure I actually ever been on this side. Queen Moran told me the sad tidings that Alack, Michelle, my mistress and my friend will not be coming back. Perhaps you'll think I'm crazy, but I'm sticking to my plan. For Shelley's sake, I'll mind this place and keep it spick and span. I'll dust the books, I'll make the bed, I'll polish every tile. I know that she'll be looking down upon me with a smile. Fish can't read. Hey, don't be speciest.
Oi, what have we got here then? It ain't every day I get a fish swimming into me shop. You got a bit more about ya than your lily liver mates, ain't ya? Nah. Go on then, get ya. Swim on home to mummy before I gobble you up. Only kidding. Besides, it's against the laws of Nautica to go around chomping on our little fishy friends without asking them first. I might be a shark, but I ain't no crook. I never eat a customer. Don't worry, you ain't got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah?
Too right you have. Lovely jubbly. I reckon you and me are gonna get along just fine. Only problem is I'm all out of stock. The delivery fish ain't been coming these last few weeks, and I've already sold the stuff I had. Nothing I can do in it.
Yeah, what about those things on the shelf there? Not that I can equip it as a fish. This wonderful museum houses treasures from the shore. Some items date from 20,000 years ago or more. Take this piece, a trident like the sunken spirit's own. The humans cast it down here as a challenge to his throne. Imagine that, to think themselves the equal of our god. These creatures are such egoists as to seem, frankly, odd. That's a that's a candlestick.
Welcome to the Royal Terrarium.
It has been almost, 600 years since the Royal Terrarium was founded. We hope to mark this anniversary by unveiling a new exhibit. A truly startling treasure from the world above. Yes, all of Nautica is looking forward to seeing it. The fish can't comprehend the speech of those who live on land, but there's a common tongue that fish and mermaids understand. Try speaking to the other fish that live amid these canyons. I'm sure you'd get on swimmingly with our piscine companions. Ah, traveler, you're up and about already. When we found you floundering that coral forest, I feared the worst. The sharks were circling, smacking their lips and drawing lots to work out which one got to eat what. If Her Majesty hadn't decreed that they leave you be, you'd be in several sharks' bellies by now. Is there a red eel-y thing? Maybe he's not here anymore, but I feel like there's a red eel-y thing to the left of the ramp as you were descending the Queen's palace. Alright, well, let's see what this guy had to say before I actually spoke with him. Sound! What was that sound? I can look up more in this area than I could in Arboria. Welcome, Luminary. It's so good to see you well. Queen Marina waits for you inside the royal shell. You'll find the entrance to the throne room halfway up the tower. Now you're a fish, friend. You can get there under your own power. I'd carry you up there myself, just like I did last time, but letting fine fins go to waste would really be a crime. And that's not the only reason I refuse. You see, the fact is, you may soon need to swim away. You ought to get some practice. I probably didn't write that last one very well. It's been some time, my friend, since you last visited the palace. Forgive me if, when last we met, I treated you with malice. The Queen has been awaiting your awakening most keenly. I'm sure she will be thrilled when you swim up to her serenely. Luminary, you've recovered faster than foreseen. Shall I take you up to see Her Majesty the Queen? Nah. By the sunken spirit, I'm amazed that you're alive. Few others have sustained such awful trauma and survived. It must be holy providence that you're alive today. Although we worship different gods, come human, let us pray. Is your meeting with Her Majesty already at an end? If that's so, then tell me, are you ready to descend? No. Oh, I was trying to talk to the shark back there. So I was giving her a wide berth.
You say our guest has finally recovered from his wounds? Then let us expedite the plan. It must be done, and soon.
Your Majesty!
Don't fear for me. I'm not done yet. Until my work is finished, I'll find the strength to carry on. I shall not be diminished.
No.
Ah, there you are, old friend. Or should I say, new fish. You make a finer flounder than I'd ever dared to wish. When first my subjects brought you here, it gave me such a shock to see you bruised and broken like a ship wrecked on the rocks. The Lord of Shadows thinks you dead. The sea swarms with his spies. I changed you to this fishy form to hide you from his eyes. Many troubled months have come and gone since your arrival. As you slept, my healers strove to safeguard your survival. You cannot know how glad I am to see you fully healed. But soon the spell will fade, and you must once more take the field. I have a plan to see you safe. That's all I've ever wished. If all goes well, you'll soon know what it feels like to be fished.
No.
Forgive my haste. These strange events must take you by surprise. You have so many questions. I can see it in your eyes. I saw you battle bravely by the World Tree's holy heart. I saw the Lord of Shadows tear your fellowship apart. I saw you strive to fell the fiend, and how your plans were vexed. When you are ready, follow me to see what happened next.